Hey Elzers, coming at you with something resembling a preview for the next Civ series on the channel. As you can probably guess, you already know what medium it's going to be. So thank you for all who submitted the Survey Monkey survey. Your voices were heard loud and clear in nearly every situation. First and foremost, about 80% of you wanted Civ back in the Civ slot rather than Planetfall or anything new. So loud and clear. Thanks for that. Nearly 70% of you, so over 2/3, wanted Civ 5 over Civ 6. Yet again, thank you for being very clear. Not much of debate there. So you want Civ and you want Civ 5. All right, well, I will provide. The problem, of course, was when I asked, do you want a TSL? Do you want a standard game? Yeah, that was... out of everyone who responded, 50-50 split. I shit you not. So, I'm going to split the difference. And here's what we're doing. One of the most watched series on the channel, besides the XCOM Long War, which almost is there by default because it's like 400 episodes in there, is the World War II free-for-all that we did a couple years ago. People still watch it. I still get comments on it to this day, which is kind of crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a reprise, or round 2, of the World War II free-for-all. That's the plan. That's what's coming up next, because I figured that's an easy way to split the difference. It is a shorter game. You know, it's a shorter round. So that won't be, for the people who didn't want a TSL, meet that, but it is pretty epic. And it's going to be bigger and better. So that'll keep the TSL people kind of happy, I guess. And then probably we'll do a TSL next. This will be a good breathing room. Plus, it's easier for me to set up this than to try to troubleshoot 22 Civ compatibilities, And that way I can give you stuff faster. Because right now, as I keep saying, Ursa's real life is kind of bananas. So trying to get these series out and done and play tested and not broken for the first couple turns kind of makes it easier. So, what cast of characters is coming into our World War II free-for-all? Well, I'll tell you. Some old faces, some new ones. I'm going to go through all of them now in case people didn't watch the World War II free-for-all. So, it's going to be 12 civs this time, rather than only 8. And on an appropriately sized map, which I had a devil of a time finding. But hey, so, first and foremost, Charles de Gaulle. Great generals grant amphibious to adjacent units and can be expended for culture. Pretty cool. 10% great general generation for every original French city captured by an enemy, up to 50%. Not a big fan of unique abilities being depending on you losing, but okay. Cafe, which is a broadcast tower replacement, I think. Infantry units gain +1 sight and 20% more experience. And yeah, adjacent to the city, under control of another civ. Again, don't like stuff that implies you losing, but the +1 sight and 20% more experience is not bad. And then the Char B1, the most broken land ship replacement ever. It's got 20% extra defense. It's got a ranged attack. It is freaking ridiculously powerful. If he ever gets this, he's going to be an animal. Next one up, Chiang Kai-shek, new to our World War II free-for-all. Cities gain culture towards border expansion from nearby kills or whenever you kill barbarians, increasing upon adopting an ideology. Very good. Killing air units heals all land units. That's crazy. And replenishes their moves. I mean, this guy is going to sound pretty powerful, so we're going to see how it's going to go. This is why I always play these things on Immortal, because on Deity, some of the Civ abilities and mods just kind of go absolutely ham and just take off, and it's a bad scene for everyone. This guy seems like he might go a little crazy. Flying Tiger, which is our fighter replacement. It's got 25% faster experience, 50% if you're at war with a different ideology, and 20% combat strength in friendly territory. It's strong, very strong. And then the Wampoa Clique, which is a gunpowder unit infantry replacement, drains culture when starting next to cities when you're at war, and -1 movement for enemies when they have more than half health. So very, very strong. A lot of culture focus based on being at war. It's a thing. So he'll be pretty powerful, I think. George V. So we couldn't find Churchill anymore, which is weird, on the workshop. And we couldn't find George VI with his fireside chats, so we had to go with he daddy. This is probably the oddest inclusion here, is George V. So Golden Age points when defeating naval units. When your borders or in protected city-state borders, when a Golden Age begins, all cities begin celebrating. We love the king. Majestic, pretty powerful battleship, and especially good against naval units because it hits targeting to day one. Not bad. Expeditionary force, infantry replacement for the Great War infantry, gets medic, and if you do it with the We Love the King Day, it gets medic too. Pretty good. He doesn't seem too broken, but again, naval supremacy is fine. I should mention, we are on a naval-focused map. I couldn't find a good map of the Pacific. I tried some other maps which ended up being too damn big. Found a pretty neat Indonesia map, actually, which is kind of, it is in the Pacific, first of all. And in my alternate free-for-all history, this becomes strategically important and everyone wants a piece of Indonesia. And basically, it fits with the right amount of space for the right amount of civs. That's what we're going with. It'll be in the video description if you want to follow the mods. They're always there, so you can see what we're going to play with. It's going to be fun. And this is to give some of the civs which are navally focused a chance to shine a bit, because last time we were in Europe and they all got rolled. All right, so Hideki Tojo, Japan. Again, was here last time. Gained science for each new coast or ocean tile acquired. Doubled in conquered cities. Produced naval units 50% faster in conquered cities. Yamato, basically a battleship that can carry fighters, and Zero, a fighter that doesn't require oil. Pretty standard. Our dear Fuhrer, God help us, who was an absolute animal last time. Very painful. Great generals gain blitz and can be expended for science, which is scary. 10% general generation, up to 100% for each war and denunciation. Yeah, he gets aggressive. Gets the Panzer, which we know. In the Wehrmacht, kind of crazy. Produces great generals faster, and you get a free one when you conquer an enemy city. So, really powerful. John Curtin, newcomer. Because, hey, why not? Fortified military units deal damage to adjacent enemies, and units in city-state territory do not decrease influence. When social policy adopted, gain a production boost. You get a Dingo Scout Car, which is a weaker but faster landship, and Kokoda Trailman, which is a weaker and faster infantry. And if you fall beneath 50% HP in forest or jungle, a free civilian, and I don't know the reference here, called a Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel may appear. They cannot be captured, they gain medic, and can make units stack to ignore rough terrain. I have no idea what the hell this is about. It's an Oz reference I'm not getting. But damn. Fuzzy Wuzzy Bears. Angels, sorry. I don't know. Stalin. Enemy units take extra damage in your borders or allied city-states or civs with whom you share an ideology. So, Russian Winter. Earn influence from city-states you could demand tribute from. People's Commissariat. Replacement for the police station. The constabulary. +1 production per allied city-state, including +2 if it's the capital. Reduces the size ceiling rate, which is pretty standard. And the IS-2 can, I think, does extra damage against armor and fortified units. So, all right, Canada's in. Leicester, we've had him in the TSL. I don't want to go too crazy on this, but Mounties claim land, +1 Great Voyageurs, which are unique merchants, especially garrison of Fort Citadel, and they gain delegates to the World Congress. They have extra furs, and they have a Hudson Bay Company, plus these guys who do things. We've gone over Leicester many, many times. I'm not going to hamp on them too much, but we wanted an extra civ in there, and Canada seemed appropriate. And another unique inclusion, New Zealand. Bonus influence from gifts units to city-states and trade routes to city-states provide +3 culture. 1 delegate for each city-state and major civ liberated, which is interesting. We have a cenotaph, which is a monument replacement. It receives a one-off boost of culture each time a unit is trained in the city. And units in the city fight better on other continents if you train them with a cenotaph, which is pretty cool. Then you get a Maori battalion, which has one of the best names. Let me replace one of the best ability names in the game. Replaces the infantry. Bonus when fighting in foreign territory and +1 influence every turn station in city-state territory. That's pretty potent. Mussolini's back. Earn Golden Age points from settling or conquering coastal cities. 50% production toward buildings that already exist in the capital when in the Golden Age. That's pretty cool. Very similar to the Roman ability, actually. Kaiodulo class, which is a ironclad replacement. Better at attacking cities. It's Coastal Raider. That's fine. And carabinieri, late game infantry, effective against gun units, and reduces resistance when you're garrisoning a city. So pretty cool. Seen him before. He got rolled. So did Tojo last time. So hopefully they do better on a naval map. What else we got? Piłsudski. Again, coming back. Marszałek nasz. Units are trained faster and earn more XP from combat when fighting against a foe with greater military force, which is often when you play against the AI in higher difficulties. After industrialization, workers may build weaker manufactories and customs houses. You have the PZL-23, sorry. PZL-23, chłopaki. It's a fighter that attacks land units better. Basically, it's a fighter bomber. And you get the U1, which is a Lancer replacement, which does extra damage to nearby units after defeating something already. So it can double attack after killing something and does extra damage. Good stuff. Likes the charge. And last but not least, we have Roosevelt, the New Deal. Choose great merchant or great engineer points every time you adopt a new social policy, plus a production or gold boost, respectively. Plus 2 culture from great percentile improvements. Assembly plant, which is a factory replacement, which gives you faster mechanized land and air unit production and 50% embarkation defense. And only 1 is required to unlock an ideology. And you get the V17, which is pretty standard. Yeah, he's going to be strong. As usual. That's all for the civs. That's all 12 of these crazy bums that'll be slugging it out in Indonesia. One more thing I mentioned, I am not going to be using the the Enlightenment era mod, because we will be playing without a science victory here, because it's World War II and no one's getting on a rocket and getting out of here. We're going to have to resolve this on the ground, one way or the other. And second of all, I'll be using in its place the Future Worlds mod, which gives us future tech like Terminators and other horrifying things as soon as you break through what's currently the information era. That goes thematically, I think, and also we're going to be playing on standard game speed so we can get to the late game text faster and to the modern era text faster, since a lot of the civs do have modern era stuff that is the priority for them. So that's the plan. It's going to be a bigger and badder World War II free-for-all on a naval map, which is vaguely Pacific themed, and we'll have a lot of fun. Who I'm going to play, I'll leave that as a mystery for now. I do have a plan. Haven't fully decided. Also because, me. So that's also part of the reason I'm not telling you. But again, I want to keep that at least something a little bit of a secret. You can share your thoughts, but by that time you do, I guarantee you I'll have already started recording because, like I said, my real life is crazy. So maybe if you do say in comments, we'll see who got it right. How about that? But unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, your comments here won't affect who I actually play, because just time doesn't work that way. Alrighty. Well, for now, thanks for tuning into this preview, and I'll see you all when you start the game proper. I've been Ursh, and I'll see you all next time. Till then.